Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? So if you're new here, my name is Kuseme Ite. You can call me Kuskus, and here I share insights on education, career advancement, personal development, and lots of fun. Today on this channel, we're talking about how best to prepare or draft or write your CV, as the case may be. Curriculum Vitae. Okay, if you're a returning subscriber, you know how much I love you, and thank you so much for your support and your constant visit to this channel. So many times when people see my curriculum vitae, when people see a copy of my CV, they will ask me to prepare it for them. Sometimes when I have the time, I do that. Other times I get so busy, I just tell you what to do. And I thought that I should, share this information here so that it will get to a larger audience, because you need your curriculum vitae for job application, for postgraduate application, and lots of other opportunities, mostly professional opportunities. Okay, so if you want to know how best to draft your curriculum vitae to suit the specific role that you are applying for, then you definitely need to keep watching this video. I'm going to talk about the outline and the content, because it's not everything you're supposed to include in your curriculum vitae. Before I go there, so if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, I think you should do that right now, because there's so much content for you on this channel. There's so much information for you to learn from this channel. So if you're yet to do that, kindly click the subscription button right now, and don't forget to click the notification bell so that whenever I post, you will be notified. Okay, so before we move to the content of what should be in your curriculum vitae, I'd like you to know the differences between your curriculum vitae and your resume. So a resume is like a very summarized form of your CV. A resume is usually at most 1 page. It is like a real summary of your professional achievements, basically. But when it has to do with curriculum vitae, you're free to include your educational achievements, your professional achievements, even like your hobbies and lots of other things that are relevant to the role that you are applying for. If you're submitting your curriculum vitae for a postgraduate application, you should know that the content should basically laud your educational achievements, and then your professional achievement that is important to the postgraduate studies that you are applying for. It's not everything you put in your CV. And then if you're applying for a job, you need to tailor your CV to highlight most of the things that you have done that are in line with that kind of job. For instance, if you're applying to be hired for a human resource like executive, you need to tailor your CV to suit the kind of things that you've done to promote human relations, to manage people generally. Those are the kind of things that you're supposed to highlight in your CV. So like I said, the outline needs to be very clear. How you draft your CV is in descending order. You put the most recent achievements, like your most recent achievements, on top. It is up to you whether you want to put like education first or professional experience first. But whatever outline you are using, whatever subtopic you are using, the contents or whatever you put under the subtopic, the most recent achievement should come first. What do I mean? Okay, let's say that I'm going to go to the contents of your CV, but let me just give an instance. If you want to put your educational achievements as a subheading, educational qualification, your most recent education should be the first. For instance, if you have a postgraduate degree, like master's, you had your master's in 2019, that should come first before your undergraduate degree. So I hope you understand what I mean. If it is when outlining your work experience, your most recent job should be at the top. So let's talk about the content. What should you include in your CV? It is not everything that you go and include in your CV. This is because you should aim to restrict your CV to 1 page, 1.5 page, at most 2 pages. You guys know now, I don't like too much writing. Like, people do not like too much write-up. If they are asking for an extended write-up, they'll probably ask for your profile that you can write and write and write. But if they are asking for a curriculum vitae, a resume, you should restrict them to the most important information that are relevant to whatever you're submitting your CV for. I hope I am being understood. So let me just go ahead and outline the contents, what are necessary for you to include in your CV. We're going to start with your contact details. Most times when I do my CV, my contact details forms my letterhead. Kuseme ise, your address, your telephone number, your email. I don't think any other information is necessary on the contact details part. Your name, your full name, your phone number, your residential address, your email address. Okay, I also include my LinkedIn address in my contacts. You know, I use my contact information as the letterhead for my CV. You may not do that. Other people just outline, like they just list it, contact information, name, you know, like that. But me, I prefer to use it as a letterhead because it gives like my CV a really like fine definition, like, you know what I mean. Okay, so after your contact details, like, I'm not saying that you have to really follow the outline I'm giving you, but definitely your contact details will have to be the first thing. So going forward, you need not really follow the outline, but always remember that whatever subheading you are starting with, the content must be your most recent achievement. So for your after the contact details, you have your educational qualification, professional training, work experience. You can also go ahead to include your volunteering experience, your certifications, you can only include your hobbies if it is relevant to that job role you are applying for, or whatever role you are submitting your CV for. Then you should also, so what I do is I do hobbies/interest. So I only list out the things that I know that are going to be relevant to whatever role I am applying for. Like I said, if you're applying for a human resource role, your hobby or interest should be, you should be interested in developing people management, communication, public speaking, conflict management, things like that. Your skills are also very important. So most people, when they are writing their skills, they are always really generic. Endeavor to be very, very specific. Okay? Don't just say leadership capacity. No. Like team leadership. Things like that. You are proficient, Microsoft Excel proficiency. Okay, so under your skill, you should list all the skills you have, especially the softwares you are proficient in using. And then when outlining these softwares, you can maybe, if you are intermediary, expert, beginners, I think it is okay to list out that, because it's not every software that you are using or every application that you're using that you'll be an expert. And I do not encourage people to lie when drafting their CV. So how do you determine the skills that you have? You can draw your skills from your work, the current job that you do. You have to pay attention to details. Do you have to analyze data? So you put data analysis, like when you have to collate data, analyze, and give a report. Do you have to counsel people or manage people? You put people management. If your current employment, if your current role requires lots and lots of report writing, proposal writing, you put it there. Expert in report writing, expert in proposal writing. If you manage lots and lots of projects, you can put proficient in project management. So please, your skills are to be tailored to what you do. Do not go and what should I say, hijack another person's skills because you see it in my CV and you say, oh please, can I have a template of your CV so that I can just do something that will suit you. Now go and start copying another person's proficiency and skill. I'm very, very sure that if you sit back and look within you, you will come out with so many skills. Like so many skills that you don't have to copy from another person. Well, it depends on the role you're applying. I wouldn't say that you should include skills like Microsoft Word. Everybody at this age and time should be able to have like excellent proficiency in Microsoft Word. But if you're applying for a position like secretary, receptionist, things like that, or front desk manager, you should put Microsoft Word proficiency, because of course, as I said, if you're applying for a position to be a typist, a secretary or something, you really need that. If you're applying to post like lecturing, you need to have advocacy skills. Expert in advocacy, public speaking. Oh my god, I love to draft CVs. Like when it has to do with writing my CV, I look within. I don't just wake up one morning and start writing my CV. So what I do is, as I work, I'm going to talk about your work experience, but let me just talk about the skills. As I work, I think, but as I'm about to draft my CV, I think, what are the skills that I use most in my work? I write lots and lots of reports. I write lots as a lawyer, and I write lots and lots of minutes of meetings. So writing, public speaking is also there. Fluent in communication. Oh my god, as a lawyer you need to be very good in communication. For instance, in an office you need excellent communication skills. So if you know that you have your job role requires you to interact with so many people, you need a good communication skill in that your CV. You know that what you're applying for needs you to interact with lots of people management. You need good communication skills, you need human relations skills and all of that. And if you have technical skills as well, coding, design, all this, especially when it has to do with IT skills, most companies, most organizations need it, like, going forward. Because even if you're not proficient in them, even if you are a beginner, intermediary, please state it, and then also at the side you also state the level of your proficiency. Okay, let me now talk about your work experience. So I've talked about education, talked about skill. Now I'm going to work experience. I'm not going to talk about all the sectors of your CV. Have already outlined them, that you should include your volunteer roles if you have. You should include your professional qualification, the trainings you have attended, if you have enough space, the conferences you have attended, the certifications you have acquired. And then I would advise that your hobby and interest should be like almost the last, so that even if you don't have space to include it, you can take it out. But your hobbies and interests should be things that would promote your role. Okay, let's now go back to the professional qualification. In drafting or explaining your professional role, let me just use as an instance. If you are a legal associate in a law firm, you would say, okay, legal or senior associate. Let me just speak. They say senior associate at ABC law firm and co, located in Lagos, Nigeria. You will now say job roles. Don't just start saying drafting and replicating documents. Be specific. What have you done in that role? Are you the one that reviews all the documents before it leaves your table to the client? Documents how do I even put it now? So you have to personalize your CV. So you've written the name of your job role, that's legal officer as the case may be, or senior associate at so and so law firm. You put the year between January 2018 and August 2020. Job description or job role, or key focus. You don't have a specific terminology, but the aim is to describe what you do at your current job or any other job that you're going to list out. So please write the things that you know that you are most good at. For instance, legal documentation. You identify the kind of legal documentation you do: memorandum of understanding, contracts, agreements, deed of assignments, if those are the kind of documents you do. Legal opinions. If you've had, like, for instance, maybe the next line is preparing legal opinions for clients. What kind of legal opinion? Is it business advisory, corporate, commercial? And then if you've had a very outstanding matter or opinion that you have drafted that was of a national interest, or something that that somebody reading your documents will be proud that, oh my god, so you actually did this, include it. I'm not saying go and mention the name of your client. You need not mention the name of your client, but just identify that I was directly involved in negotiating this a contract for client, maybe a contract of sale or something, mergers and acquisition, whatever you did, but make sure that you personalize it and it was something that you did. And then you just keep outlining. I would not encourage you go and write 10 descriptions. You don't need up to 10, because if you've done like if you've had 3 different jobs, you need to reflect all those things in your CV. And if you go and start like writing out 10 things that you do at your current role, where would you get space to write for other ones? So just list out the most important roles at your current job, you list it. I will just 5, 6, 7 is enough. You go to the second, how do I put it, the job that you did before your current job. Like I said, your CV should be in a descending order. Your most current job, the one you did before your most current, like that, down until you get to your NYSC. So as I'm talking to you, I want to believe that you are maybe a young professional that is between 1 and 5 years in your profession, so you would still probably need to feature your NYSC. But if you've done like 7, 10 years, I don't see why you should have your NYSC job description in your CV, because you must have had loads and lots of experiences. So that's it about your job description. When it has to do with volunteering, I love volunteering and community work because I am passionate about it, because I have done it. I try as much as possible to just give an idea. Okay, I'll just give a subheading: volunteering/community service. What I mean is, just try, maybe use like 3-4 sentences to describe that volunteering role, especially if it is connected, or if the kind of thing that you did in that volunteering or volunteerism is connected to the kind of work or role that you are applying to. Why I really encourage volunteerism is because it's you giving back to the society. It shows that you are not selfish. You are not just about yourself. You care about the society. You care about your environment. That is why I always encourage volunteerism a lot. Another thing you should include, like conferences, trainings, in descending order as well. So if you've attended, especially during this COVID-19, if you've done online courses that are really good, you should put them in the order that you attained them. Another subhead for your CV should be, if you have had publications, they are very important. So you put your publications, your journals or journal articles, as the case may be, whatever you have published, you should write it there. And if you have the links, if they were online publications and you have the links, please include the links in your CV. I encourage links in your CV because you are not going to be able to say so much in your CV. So link is just, oh, I have done this. You can visit this link for more information if you want. So it's just like you attaching an evidence to what you have said. Another thing is your awards. If you've won awards, if you've had honors, please include them. Very, very important. And then if you know that the award you have won, maybe if it's not something like best graduating student, or if it is a peculiar award that is affiliated maybe to your institution, use like 2 lines to explain what that award means, because not everybody that is reading your CV that will know what that award means. So just maybe a few lines, you use it to explain what the award is about. So when it has to do with awards, we know we have academic awards and social awards. It depends on what you are applying for. I would really encourage that you stick to your academic honors, please, so that you know, yes, academic honors and all of that, and try to explain what the award is about. Don't use a whole paragraph. Just 2-3 lines is enough to explain what an award is about. Your leadership roles are also very important in your curriculum vitae, because leadership capacity is something that every employer is looking for. Every organization is looking out for leadership capacity. And then if it's a postgraduate application, every like admissions unit, they are looking out for students that can take up leadership roles and all of that. So it is another very important aspect of your curriculum vitae. Like I always say, you don't have to use a whole page to analyze or write your leadership role. Just go straight to the point. All the things you are listing in your curriculum vitae, they should actually be focus points, pointers. You don't have to go and talk too much. So, and then try as much as possible to use active words. Okay, I did this, I did that. Not how do I put it now? You know what I mean. You actually know what I mean. I wish I could actually show like a copy of my CV, but I know even if I'm showing it for people to just know what it looks like, I know that some people will copy. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry. I will not do that. Before I go, let's talk about formatting, editing. Oh God, how can I scream this? Please, your curriculum vitae is not a place for errors. I beg you in God's name. So why you need to give someone your curriculum vitae to review is because sometimes when your eye is so used to a particular document, you will not be able to identify errors in it. A second eye is enough to look at your curriculum vitae. Sometimes after you have drafted it, please keep it aside for like some days and then take it up to look at it again. You will definitely find errors, grammatical errors and whatnot. In fact, your editing and review of your CV is as important as the CV itself, because you wouldn't want your CV reviewer to, as the person is just trying to read your documents, there are so many errors, it turns people off. Please. Okay, so when it has to do with formatting, you know now I always advise Times New Roman 12. Do not do that 1 point spacing because you are trying to save space in your CV. If you are trying to save space and the space is too, take out some irrelevant things, okay? And make sure that you use legible fonts. Even if you don't use Times New Roman, try as much as possible to use legible fonts. Make sure that you justify your documents. Just make your CV appealing to the eyes. Don't just clutter everything. Make your CV appealing to any eye that is reading it, because anytime I send out a document, I want whosoever is receiving that document to want to meet me in person. Like, let the person be so impressed that, oh my god, I would like to meet this person. What more of a CV? A CV is you introducing yourself. This is who I am, this is what I have done so far, and all of that. How much more you want to impress? So in trying to do that, make sure you review your CV, you know, justify it and give it legible fonts, and make sure that the outline is appealing to the eyes. I hope you've learned something from this video, and let me know if you have any questions. Put it in the comment section, and if you think there's something I haven't mentioned about, you know, helping people to prepare their CVs in the best possible way, you can also share in the comment section so that we can all learn from you. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, now is the time to do that. Kindly subscribe to this channel, because you can attest to the fact that you're learning from this channel. If you've watched this video to this point, you've actually learned something. So do well to subscribe and ring the notification bell so that you will not miss any of my videos when I post. And like this video, share it to people that you know that it will help. Don't just ignore this video, and don't also learn and just keep the knowledge to yourself. I'm coming out here to share this knowledge for you so that it will help you and all the people around you. So I've done my part. Your own part is to forward this video, share this video to people you know that this video will help. So thank you so much for staying to the end of this video, and I'll catch you. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and also share your comments in the comment section. If you want me to do any video, like, you could drop a video suggestion and I will do that. Alright, stay tuned to this channel. Keep watching other videos of mine. Until I catch you in my next video. Bye bye.